So what we've got here is three videos back to back, from the same channel, by the way. If you played video games for one day nonstop, then 100 hours nonstop, and I think up to he said it was a year nonstop. We're just what's gonna happen if you just play video games nonstop? That's what we're here to find out.
You know, I'm not a gamer myself, but there was a time when I could sit all night long playing some new and awesome game. And it's then I wondered completely out of the blue, what would happen if I played for 24 hours straight? You think I didn't check it? Fat chance. What I did
The fact
first
that he
was
conducted this
prepare
is
in
crazy.
advance. I planned my game day for Saturday so that I'd have no work to do, could sleep until well rested for the event, and would have another day to recover after it. I bought a dozen Red Bulls, big ones, not those little tiny cans, and made sure I had enough coffee at home to keep me going. Then I fixed my armchair so that it was a bit less comfy than I'm used to. I believed it would help me to not fall asleep too.
Should your chair be
Boy,
comfy
was
or
I
not
wrong.
comfy? I mean,
But
I don't know.
that's getting ahead of myself. I turned off my phone so that nobody could call and distract me from playing, and put some easy-to-grab food on my desk next to the monitor.
Good
Of
shout.
course, I realized I would have to, do some business from time to time, but I thought it wouldn't be cheating to spare a couple of minutes to visit the bathroom. The alternative was just too gross.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
have to go to the bathroom,
Having
bro.
done that, I began my, let's call it an experiment, shall we? I chose an action RPG that I knew would take me a lot more than 24 hours to complete. I considered playing some MMO because, it's kind of eternal, but I'm just not into that stuff. So I opted for a single-player game. I launched it, and off I went into the world of Might and Magic. By
Might
the
and
way,
Magic?
do you play RPGs?
What is Might
What's
and
your
Magic?
favorite class? Let me know down in the comments. Me? I'm a sucker for wizards. Feels good to rain fire and brimstone on your foes. Well, what can I say? The first 3 hours flew by like 1 minute. When I looked at my watch, I had to catch my eyebrows from slipping right off the top of my head. I remember thinking, hey, if that's how it's going to be, it'll be the easiest experiment I've ever done on myself. I didn't
first 3
feel
hours
hungry
always
or
fly by
thirsty
quick,
or
though.
tired for that matter. Just nothing. But come to think of it, that wasn't really surprising because it was just 3 hours after all. After 2 more hours, I finally started feeling a bit of discomfort in my belly. No, not that kind of discomfort.
Hungry.
I needed some grub and water, so I took a couple of buns I prepared in advance and continued playing. By the way, I didn't lose any interest in the game whatsoever. I guess it's because when you're playing, you're inside that world, living that life. So you don't give a hoot as to what's outside. Ah, well, psychology is cool and all, but I'm not here for that.
Okay.
After 7 hours, I remembered that I had legs. Nature called and I tried to stand up, but almost failed.
Oh no, they were
Sitting in
numb.
the same position for such a long time did the dirty on me, and first I had to twist and bend some life into my feet and knees. When I stood up, though, another surprise called. My back was aching.
Oh yeah.
Remember
yeah.
I told you about the chair I rendered a bit uncomfortable? Well, joke's on me. I decided to make it as comfy as possible instead. It wouldn't take more than a couple of minutes, so I guess it wasn't like I cheated or something. Anyway,
Did he
after
fall
no
asleep,
more
though?
than 5 minutes, I returned to my game. 3 more hours passed. I had another couple of buns and my first energy drink of the evening.
Wow.
Gaming started to take its toll on me. Apart from leveling up my character real fast, I started feeling a bit tired. But I was determined to go on. After all, I only had 14 hours left.
Only 14.
2 more hours in, and I popped another Red Bull. Not that I had to energize myself, but I just needed a distraction. You see, I had just completed a really awesome chain of quests, and I really had to savor it for a bit. Was I tired? Nah, forget it.
Yeah, he was.
I was pumped up and ready to go playing the whole night. I was also ready to go and fight the crime in the streets with my magic sword. But that's another story. Be careful with energy drinks, pal. Another 3 hours, and that was 15 in total. It was late at night already, but I didn't care. I was on a quest, with a capital Q. I really don't know what was happening to me after all those hours of playing, but once again, care I did not. All that mattered was that I was going to collect that legendary set of armor, whatever it took. And after 2 more hours, I finally got it. Woohoo!
Got
Now
7
my
hours to
character
go.
was virtually invincible, and I could do whatever I wanted without saving the game every several minutes. I jumped up and down in my chair with joy when the unexpected happened. It broke
Did it
under me.
actually?
Yeah, snapped just like that.
Wow.
17 hours of nonstop playing, and all of it only to get my armchair broken. I gathered myself from the floor, rubbed my back, and remembered about my legs again. Ouch! I forgot that I hadn't stood up in hours and didn't even stretch them every now and then, completely engrossed with my in-game progress. I used the opportunity, though, and walked to the bathroom. When I returned, I tried to fix the chair but couldn't. So I took some wooden one from the
He tried to fix the chair during his 24-hour experiment. That's crazy.
kitchen and set it before my PC, determined to finish the chapter before dawn. Oh, and there was also my experiment, right? I couldn't leave it just like that. 3 more hours and 2 more cans of energy drink passed. I did finish the chapter just like I wanted, and having lots of time ahead of me, went on to the next one. By the way, I completed more than half the game by that time, which was an achievement in itself. My vision was just a tiny bit blurry because my eyes were tired from all that staring into
I
the
mean,
screen,
yeah,
and
probably.
my thoughts were increasingly chaotic. But otherwise, I felt absolutely fine. Remember that legendary set of armor? Scrapped it. It turned out to be awesome only before the 3rd chapter, and when that started, my gear became trash almost at once. Anyway, I had 4
I mean,
last
we've all
hours
been
ahead,
there.
and I
I will
realized
say
I
that.
had to squeeze everything I could out of them. I started looking at my watch more often than before, wondering how it could be that time suddenly moved so fast. 3 hours to go, then 2, then 1. I was still somewhere mid-game, and I wasn't exhausted or anything.
Okay, so riddle me this. Why is it that it moves faster, like in the first initial, like whatever game you're playing, it moves faster when you initially play, and then it slows down when you continuously play, and then it picks up again, like near the end of what you were gonna say. Like he's done it for 24 hours, like the last 4 hours moved by so quick for him. How, explain that time, right? Explain that time
so I thought.
to me.
When the last minute of my 24-hour marathon ended, I saw that, ironically, I couldn't just save and quit in the area I was at the time. And I guess you know what I did then.
How to finish
Yep.
it.
I gave myself time to finish that zone. As soon as I was done, I thought, how about going to the nearest town and selling my unwanted loot? After all, that's just a few minutes, not gonna hurt. So I came to the town, sold my wares, bought some new gear and potions, the usual stuff. And then there was that NPC with a question mark nearby.
Oh no.
You know what that means, right? Of course I approached him. He told me there was a very promising quest not far from where I was. How could I miss such an opportunity?
No, just save and
You
quit.
see where it's all going, don't you? I quit the game after another 4 hours.
Oh shit.
I didn't realize how exhausted I was until I closed the game. I stood up and rubbed my eyes, and then I started stretching as if my life depended on it. I just couldn't stop myself.
That one good stretch, man.
28 hours of sitting, of which 11 were spent in a wooden kitchen chair. Not a small feat if you ask me. But I can proudly say that my quest, my experiment, was a total
Nice.
success.
Good fit.
Not
Good save.
only did I spend 24 hours gaming, but I even stretched that goal and came out victorious. I can't say I had any serious trouble connected with it. Yeah, my eyes were sore, as were my legs and lower back, so I stretched like crazy and went on to do some exercise before going to bed. But otherwise, it was pretty cool. I don't know if I'm ever going to repeat it, because I don't have that much time on my hands, but I don't regret it in the least. After all, I managed to complete more than 2/3 of that game. But
2/3 of
man,
the game
did
in
I sleep
28
like
hours.
a log after that.
Wow.
Hey, if you learned something new today, then give the video a like and share it with a friend. And here are some other videos I think you'll like. Just click to the left or right. And
Okay,
remember,
and now the next
stay
one's gonna
on
be
the bright
playing-
side of life.
Now we're gonna be watching 100 hours.
Alrighty, you cleared a week
20,
out of your
24
schedule.
hours seems doable, but it's not. I don't think you should do it, especially if you have stuff to do the next day. And let's say something happened, it's not recommended in my opinion.
And nobody
If you
and
know you have
can
nothing going
bother you
on,
for at least 4 days. You're
try
gonna
it.
play video games
But-
for 100 hours straight. But first, some more prep. You head to the grocery store, throw a whole crate of energy drinks in the cart, some quick easy snacks, no time to cook, a dozen bag of chips, a box of pastries, frozen pizzas, another crate of energy drinks. Whoa,
We
you're
got the most
serious, huh?
unhealthiest snacks of all
Let's go
time.
home
If
now.
that doesn't describe
The
a
world
gamer,
of
I don't know what
magicians
will.
and wizards awaits. Oh yeah, need to get your gaming spot ready. Make it as comfortable as possible. Even the slightest inconvenience will be critical in 100 hours.
True.
Drinks and snacks within reach? Check. Phone in airplane mode? Done. Don't want any distractions? Perfect. You're all set for your 4-day gaming marathon. Hey, where you going? To bed? I
Not
already
yet.
opened the chips. Okay, fine. Probably want to bank up on as much sleep as you can. You'll soon be going without. Rise and shine. Hit the shower. Get a hearty breakfast in
100
you,
hours.
and let's do this.
What game could you
Turn the
play
game
for?
on. Your heart rate.
What game could you play for 100 hours without getting tired of it? I don't know. It has to be a single game, right? Not a solo game, a single game, right? That you could continuously play and play and play without ever getting distracted, without ever getting tired of. I mean, I don't know what I would play, but
Faces in anticipation. Everything's going great. The first few hours fly by. The game pulls
that science
you in.
doesn't make sense
You're
still.
no longer you, sitting there in your comfortable 21st century house. You've turned into a magician who travels through villages and towns, helping people fight an ancient evil. With every new mission you complete, more crop up, and side missions galore. You've got stuff to do for days. This'll be a piece of cake. 5 hours in, you've changed a few positions in your chair. It's time to stretch out a little.
Stretch after
Wow,
5
that feels
hours? Yeah,
great, doesn't
right.
it? It's like the old gears
Stretch
been
every
lubricated.
2
It's time
or
to
20
get
minutes.
back in the game, but your stomach doesn't agree. It demands food with its loud grrr. But we're not putting the game on pause. You have to take down hordes of orcs with one hand and shove chips in your mouth with the other.
That's
But
crazy.
there's nothing that a great wizard can't cope with. 15 hours. Okay, gotta take a little break to throw the pizza in the oven and answer nature's call. While you're waiting for that pizza, you crack open your first energy drink. With your mana full, you're ready to dive back into this fantastical adventure. Hour 25. You're looking more and more like a person under hypnosis than someone
Hypnosis
enjoying a
or
video
a
game.
troll?
Quest after quest, dungeon after dungeon, your character is getting stronger. But the real you has almost completely lost your strength. Your eyes close momentarily. But wait! You've got 2 boxes of mana potion. Energy drink. Let's go! 35 hours of play. Hey, why isn't your character moving? Are you still there? Uh-oh, fell asleep after all.
Oh no.
Well, I guess this marathon is over. But where did you go wrong? Turns out, what keeps you awake eventually makes you pass out in slumber. Caffeine. Yeah, it raises your energy and concentration levels at first, but it also wears you out.
You crash
Not
out
to mention
so
all
quick.
those carb-heavy foods. A dangerous combo that'll have you feeling a lot sleepier than before. But what if I told you that playing 100 hours is real? There's even a world record for the longest gaming marathon.
What?
One person played for 135 hours.
What?
Let's see how he
What did
was
they
able
play?
to set that record. Okinkea was able to play online for over 5 days. It all began when his wife gave him a Guinness Book of Records. Kea looked at the video game marathon section and thought, well, hey, I could do that. So he started preparing. He came up with a strategy and strict timetable, borrowed his son's PlayStation, and broadcast his attempt. He was also pretty lucky that his boss let him turn the office into a record-breaking headquarters.
Wow.
The rules for setting this record allow a participant to rest for 10 minutes every hour. These minutes can be accumulated and then used for a full long break. That was key. Okinkea used this time for snacks, bathroom breaks, and even snuck in some 2-hour naps. But still, setting a record like this is extremely difficult. After 24 hours without sleep, a person becomes groggy and irritable. Our hands start shaking. We make bad decisions. Even your perception of the world changes. If you continue the marathon and stay awake for another 12 hours, you'll start to feel extreme fatigue and even problems with speech. 48 hours without sleep can turn you into a real-life zombie. Your brain will actually fall into micro-sleeps. You doze off for 30 seconds without even realizing it. After 72 hours without sleep, you can hardly think clearly anymore. Even a simple task like pouring water into a glass will be impossible for you. Plus, your sleep will take some serious damage that can't be fixed by a healthy 8-hour sleep. That's how important these few hours were to Okan.
Support like, and as well as that, you can't recover sleep that you've lost. So basically, if you lose 5 hours of sleep, for example, you can never recover those 5 hours because that 5 hours that you lost is gone, right? It's time. Time doesn't come back, right?
But as he said himself, sleep wasn't the main problem he faced. Around the 4th day of the game, he started feeling pain in his fingers and hands. He doesn't have any blisters or bruises left, but he still had to bandage a few fingers during the attempt.
Seriously?
And the most critical detail of all, in all the 135 hours of gaming, the record breaker had only 3 cans of Red Bull. He used
What?
other tricks to stay awake. He drank ice-cold water and
Makes sense.
maintained optimum fluid levels in his body. Not only that, he was constantly exercising without distracting himself from the game.
Oh, that's smart.
This helped keep his muscles and heart in good shape. As Kaya said, he didn't push himself to the limit. He stuck to his original schedule. He ate, stretched a little, and went to the bathroom like clockwork. And if he felt tired, he would just rest. Another key to setting the world record is the environment. The attempt was quite public, so many people could follow his progress online. Everyone supported and cheered him on. Even his family had a positive attitude about his crazy stunt.
That's
The only thing
insane.
his son was worried about was Dad hogging the PlayStation for so
PlayStation?
long. Thanks to his planning and dedication, this man was able to break the previous record of 120 hours and set a new one. 135 hours and 50
Oh my god, he could have
minutes.
got another 10 minutes
By
for
the end of the
136.
marathon, Okan Kaya was in 29th place in the game's leaderboard.
Wow.
About 5.1 million players were in the game at that time.
What game
When
is this,
asked
though?
if he would like to repeat the marathon,
No.
he said there were still many challenges ahead and he was going to make an attempt again.
I wonder if he's
But
beat
there's
it again.
another exciting record in the gaming world. Carrie Swidecki went through an incredible marathon of 138 hours playing Just Dance. She's been setting dance records for 4 years in a row.
That's something.
She broadcast the entire attempt online and raised money for charity. Now
Good for
Swidecki,
her.
a teacher from Bakersfield, is enrolled in the Hall of Fame of Video Games in Ottumwa, Iowa. Yep, Radar's hometown.
Huh.
It all started a
This
year
is
ago
if we play
when I got a new
for
job.
a year nonstop.
I have to admit, I'm quite a gamer. So when I saw the ad in the paper, I called them immediately. Wanted, video game player. It turned out the offer wasn't that simple. Yes, my job was to play video games, but all day long. 15 hours a day, 7
Oh,
days a week,
shit.
365 days in total. I'd have 8 hours to sleep and a half hour in the morning and in the evening to eat and shower.
Oh my god.
No days off, no vacation. Take it or leave it. It scared me. And
Okay, first off, I would negotiate to the sense that I need days off, right? 15 hours, no. 12 hours for 4 days, I will do, right? 12 hours, 4 days. That is good enough. You want 15 hours for 7 days? Oh my days. As much as I love video games, I'm not saying no, but 12 hours a day I will do. 15 with no breaks whatsoever except for 30 minutes, and then the 8 hours of sleeping. You're trolling here.
I was reluctant to agree. But then the employer told me my yearly salary, and I was in. If I
Still.
did it for a year, I'd never have to work again. So I decided to give it a try.
Oh no.
Day one. They said I'd work and live in some sort of office, and I'd have everything I need. At 8 a.m., I arrived at the address. The place was huge and beautiful. A woman met me and took me to my room, a dark room in the back of the house. It had a huge TV with a game station, speakers, and controllers. There was a comfortable couch, a table, and a bathroom. It looked like a gamer's paradise. I was going to
No
stay
gym?
there for a whole year, probably never even leave the room.
What about a gym? We need a gym.
According to the schedule, my day had to start at 8 a.m. I had half an hour to take a shower and eat the breakfast delivered to my room. At 8:30, I had to start playing. Well, working. Every day, the system would generate a gaming selection according to my employer's requirements and make me follow them. There were some snacks on the side table to eat if I got hungry, without interrupting my game. I also got a 10-minute break every 5 hours to go to the bathroom and exercise.
That's good at least.
At 11:30 p.m., the system shut down, and I got my dinner and shower time. Midnight till 8 a.m., sleep. Well, it seemed pretty easy and straightforward, and I was crazy excited. Exactly at 8:30, my first game started. The first 8 hours flew by in the blink of an eye. I wanted to exercise a little, but I had to wait another 2 hours before my 10-minute break. By the end of the day, my neck started to hurt a little, but it didn't matter.
You should be able to stand up
After
during
getting
this,
some
right?
snacks, I kept playing for another 2 hours before I got my well-deserved break. 10 minutes was actually enough to fully recover and get back to my game for the remaining 5 hours. To be honest, it was one of the best days of my life. My dream had come true. I could play all day long, make a lot of money, and no one would bug me. Day 2. A piercing siren woke me up. I had to clasp my hands over my ears while I looked for some kind of off switch. The noise was unbearable. Finally, I figured out that I had to get up, walk to the TV, and press a button on it. To my relief, it worked. Okay, figured that one out. I went to take a shower, and when I was done, breakfast was served. By 8:30, I was ready and excited for my second day.
On the drawing, he's
and
got
life
bags
had
underneath
another
his
surprise
eyes.
for me. When
Is
I
that
saw the schedule for
how
the
he's
day,
feeling?
I almost screamed. I was going to be playing a brand new game that hadn't even been released yet. It was just too exciting.
There you
I was
go.
sure I had the best job on the planet. Day 4. Today was a little bit harder. I got blisters on my fingers, and I had to bandage them. Playing 15 hours straight was a little hard, and I
Yeah.
needed an extra break.
That's like in the other video, right?
I
The
tried
second
to
one we just saw.
cheat and take a short pause after the first 3 hours, but it didn't work. As soon as I hit pause and put the controller down, the system went crazy.
Oh my god.
It didn't turn off until I picked up the controller and started to play again. Okay, no pauses. Got it.
Now, I'm curious to know is if this is based off actual events or just a story, right? I mean, either way,
15.
it's still rough.
I had to bandage my hands as well as my fingers. Now I constantly have blurry eyes and can't see straight anymore. And my legs feel like jelly. I keep reminding myself to move around as much as possible, but I'm always way too tired. What if I forget how to walk?
He's got help written down with
Yesterday
ketchup.
I fell asleep right after work. I didn't even eat. I just fell asleep. But my sleep hasn't really been that restful recently. In my dreams, I'm always racing, playing soccer, building houses out of cubes, fighting battles, and searching for objects. My job is haunting me, and it feels like I work 24 hours a day, not 15.
Mm-hmm.
Morning came. The siren woke me up, but the only thing I wanted to do was sleep. And what I
If
do
they're giving
for a
them
normal
junk food and
dream like a
junk
normal
drinks, it's
person,
not good either.
350 days to go. Tonight, before bed, I have to come up with a plan, something to make my life as normal as possible. I can't go on like this anymore. Day 32. 1 month down, my first small victory. I'm more organized, and I managed to come up with a nice system that keeps me from going crazy. I try to play standing up as much as possible and move around when I can.
Okay.
I spend all my
better.
breaks outside, enjoying the fresh air and doing vision exercises. I still have blurry and itchy eyes, though. And the bad news? Today I realized that I'm seeing things,
Oh,
video
no.
game things. They're creeping into my actual life. I was in the shower last night and I saw a car crash right in front of me. I totally lost it. But it's not real. It's not real.
Starting
To make things worse,
the
I'm starting
hallucinations
to
is what the
imagine
word
that
is.
I'm actually a video game character. Strength, 70. Intelligence, 90. Health,
10.
50.
Oh. Okay.
Day 100. Being active was a good idea, but now I think I have serious sleep disorder.
Probably.
I can't sleep well, and I never get enough rest. I feel like I'm turning into, well, I don't even know anymore.
A zombie.
I'm getting so tired, I don't even have the energy to exercise. I haven't been doing my workouts for a week now, and whenever I'm on the couch, I can't feel my legs. Well, at least I walk to the bathroom and back 2 times a day, so my legs aren't totally shot. That's something, at least. I don't remember not having all of my body hurt. It hurts all the time, but somehow I got used to it. My wrists, my neck, my back, everything hurts. I constantly have headaches. Health, 30.
Oh my gosh, he's killing himself.
Day 260. I'm having trouble getting to the bathroom these days. I can barely walk a couple of steps because my legs just don't move. And I feel like I never leave the game. It's my life now. Even if I'm on break, the games are all around me. My real life is just a crazy mix of all the games I've been playing. Today, I saw a chest on the table.
Oh no.
I'd never seen it before,
Hallucinating
so
again.
I wanted to see what was inside. I was trying to grab it for ages, and I realized
It's not
it wasn't
there.
real. It was just in my head. I think I've doubled in size because now I need double the time on the couch that I used to. Health, 20. Day 366.
Oh my gosh.
For the first time, no siren. The woman woke me up at 11 a.m., handed me my paycheck, and said I should go.
Wow.
The number on the paycheck was truly impressive, but I didn't even have enough strength to be happy. I can't believe it's over. I did it.
So is it
Planes
worth it?
crashed down right in front of me, but I'm so used to it that I don't even pay attention. With my diamond sword in my hand, I waddle to the bathroom, crushing everything in my way because I've gotten way too big for this little room. My pals are on a mission to capture some castle, but that's not my quest anymore. They're not even real, are they? To be honest, I'm not even sure what's real anymore. The woman takes me down the stairs to the front door. When I step outside, my eyes seal shut. Sunlight.
I haven't
So
seen
bright
sunlight
I
in
can't
ages,
see
right?
a thing. The woman gives me a pair of sunglasses, and I'm on my way.
It's like he's drunk.
I see people and other weird creatures running around, cars driving, and cubed sheep grazing past me. It takes all my energy. But I get to a taxi and, finally, head home. So, now I'm rich and super unhealthy. I guess I'll need the rest of my life to recover from this marathon. And I'm never playing video games again.
I guess the take is, right, you shouldn't play for over an X amount of time. You should rest, right? You shouldn't constantly look at the screen. You should rest yourself, rest your eyes, rest your body. But so throughout the 3 videos, the biggest thing I can take away from is eat healthier. Don't snack on anything unhealthy. If you do, you have to have something healthy with it. Not too many energy drinks. If you play non-stop, it can kill your body. But you have to take breaks, right? I mean, when you're young, you think you can do it, but as you get older in your teens and then in your 20s and so on, right, you can't do it anymore. The stress to your body is just there. So would I say play video games consistently 24/7? No. I would say play just enough, rest, and then you come back again after you've like gone outside, taken the fresh air and whatnot. But don't sit there and vegetate. That's the biggest thing. This guy actually said he was given snacks and whatnot, and he tried to put the controller down for a minute and the game crashed. I understand it's just an example, but he was killing himself because whatever foods they were giving him in the video, like let's say, like fried chicken, fries, popcorn, chips, sodas, like it's not healthy. You got to eat healthier, be healthier, stay healthy while you're gaming. Don't don't overdo it to yourself, right? Take care of yourself more than you need to. Play the video games, but play it responsibly, in a good time manner, not overtime. But I mean, we just learned a lot there in 3 videos, from a day to 100 hours to a year. Is it worth it at the end of the day? No, even if the pay is good, but you just gotta be aware and have a time limit for yourself. I will say that.